Have you ever had one of those moments? High pressure, maybe a big negotiation, leading a team, tight deadline, and suddenly it's just too much. All the information, the demands, it gets overwhelming. That feeling where clarity just disappears like a real fog of war rolling in.
Oh, absolutely. That moment where peak performance just feels impossible. Your focus scatters, the precision you need is gone. It happens everywhere. Boardroom, field, doesn't matter.
Right, and that's exactly why we're doing this deep dive today. We want to unpack a really powerful tool for getting back that precision, that control, even when things feel chaotic. We're looking at insights from Coach Ed Padalecki, specifically his Simplify the Battlefield from 1% Better Daily. Day 82, I believe.
And what's really fascinating is how Coach Padalecki pulls this straight from elite military training, specifically from former Navy SEAL Commander Mark Devine. Commander Devine points out that in the absolute chaos of combat, the best SEALs don't just try harder or faster, they actually do something counterintuitive. They simplify the battlefield.
That's the key part, isn't it? Most of us, when the pressure cooker is on, we just try to run faster, juggle more things, react to everything. But Coach P, drawing on this SEAL training, shows us something different. That real precision, real effectiveness actually comes from slowing down for a moment, clearing the noise.
It's about interrupting that frantic reaction.
Exactly. Interrupting it to ask, okay, what is the one thing that matters most right now? And then total focus on that.
And this isn't just for soldiers. That's the bridge it builds so well. If you're in business, leadership, coaching, whatever your high-performance arena is, your battlefield looks different, sure. But the chaos, the pressure, just as real. So this deep dive is really about giving you a shortcut to adopting that same elite mindset for your world.
So let's get into that core idea. Commander Mark Devine talks about front sight focus. Can you unpack that a bit? He means literally focusing on the front sight of your weapon for accuracy. How does Coach P translate that for us?
Right. So in sports psychology, there's this term attentional narrowing. It's basically the skill of directing your focus, your mental spotlight, only on what's critical in that moment, especially when the pressure is on. Elite performers, they don't waste cognitive energy scanning everything constantly. They filter, they simplify, they zero in.
They deploy their focus strategically.
Precisely. It's about making the best use of limited mental bandwidth.
And it's such a contrast to what most people do when they feel overwhelmed, isn't it? Instead of narrowing down, we try to multitask, we get stuck thinking things over and over, or we spread ourselves thin across way too many priorities. Reacting, not responding.
Exactly. And that scattered approach, it just doesn't work. Performance drops, stress goes way up, you hit decision fatigue much faster, you end up making poor choices, or sometimes you just freeze. Simplifying the battlefield, that's how you regain control when things get tough.
Okay, so theory is great, but how do we actually do this day to day when that feeling hits? How do we operationalize it? Coach P lays out a pretty clear 4-step plan, right?
He does. Step 1, maybe the most crucial when you feel that overwhelm kicking in, is to step back. And this isn't just take 5, it's a deliberate mental reset, pause, breathe. Create just a tiny bit of space between you and the chaos.
Like hitting a mental pause button.
Kind of. It interrupts that immediate panic response, lets the thinking part of your brain catch up so you can be strategic, not just reactive.
For people who are really driven, always pushing forward, is that pause the hardest part? Feeling like you're wasting time?
I think it often is, yeah. It feels wrong to slow down when everything feels urgent, but that's the discipline. You disrupt the emotional reaction to gain strategic clarity. You choose to respond, not just react.
Okay, so you've stepped back, created that space. What's next?
Step 2. Identify the target. Coach Padalecki is really clear here. You have to ask, what is the single most important thing I need to accomplish right now? And he hammers this point, find the one thing. Not the top 3, not a short list, just one.
The one thing. Why is that singularity so important?
Because it forces ruthless prioritization. Think about it. Maybe you've got a critical tech issue. A key person quits, and a competitor just slashed their prices. All urgent. The temptation is to try and fight on all fronts. But identify the target makes you decide. Which one action right now gives the most leverage? Which one unlocks the ability to deal with the others effectively?
So it's finding the linchpin, the keystone action.
Exactly. Which leads straight into step 3. Front sight focus. Once you have that single target, that one micro mission, you commit everything to her, all your energy, all your attention, eliminate the distractions, silence the noise around you, and just execute that one task. See it through.
Total commitment to that single point.
It's intense focus.
Is there a risk, though? If you're so hyper-focused, could you miss something important happening just outside that focus? It's not putting blinders on, surely.
That's a really good point. No, it's not about permanent tunnel vision. It's more like filtering. You're still aware of the bigger picture, the periphery, but your active cognitive resources are deployed with absolute precision on that one thing for that specific period. Think of it as an intense but temporary concentration of force.
Okay, that makes sense. And the last step.
Step 4, repeat. Coach P stresses this isn't a one and done thing. It's a cycle. You complete one mission, secure that win, then you step back again, identify the next single most important target, apply front sight focus, execute, and repeat. One mission, one win at a time. That's how you build momentum when the pressure feels crushing.
So you don't try to conquer the whole mountain at once.
Nope. You focus on the next step, the next small hill, secure that, then move to the next. Each small, decisive victory builds on the last. It creates this powerful forward momentum even when the overall situation feels huge and complex.
It's a framework for building resilience, really. Applicable anywhere things get intense.
Oh.
So Coach Padalecki's final message really boils down to this. Simplify, lock in, execute. That's what the best performers do under pressure.
Right. So the challenge for you listening now is to think about your own battlefield today. Where is your attention scattered right now? Where are you trying to juggle too many things at once?
Then try this. Take that moment, step back, and identify the single next most important mission. Just one. Lock onto it with that front sight focus. Take back control, build some momentum, and really feel what it's like to execute with precision when it truly counts. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us. We hope this gives you some food for thought as you continue on your journey.